So, new guidance for families on managing the amount of time children spend looking at screens says there's not enough evidence to confirm the habit in itself causes any harm. And the research out today does say that there's some associations between higher screen use and weight gain and depression, but they also say it's difficult to blame technology for them. These things were starting to appear well before the computers, so it's not necessarily being linked to the use of these computers. Well, our technology expert on Mark Murphy at Breakfast is Matt Porter. He's with me now. Good morning to you, Matt.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us on the programme. This possibly will be a debating point in households over the weekend, I think, when parents and children lock horns. Kids will have heard this and say, well, look, it's not doing me any harm. I'm going to stay on my tablet.
I think that when we were kids, were told that if we watched TV too much, we would get square eyes, or if we sat too close to a TV, it would hurt our eyes. So we had lots of advice ourselves when we were younger about what we should and shouldn't do. I think a lot of the time advice is very useful from sources that are, able to give valued advice, but it's really down to the parents and people using the phones to make their own decision as well about whether or not their children have spent too much time using devices or whether we do generally.
It's going to be part of children's lives. It is now in many cases, but it's only going to get more so. So it is important that they are used to going online, used to being able to use a tablet, used to being able to use a computer. Otherwise, they'll get left behind. Yeah,
it's a form of communication, and it's something that we can't just suddenly switch off and say we're not going to use them anymore because we think that they might be causing us harm. Again, there isn't any kind of evidence that they are causing harm at the moment. But Apple and Google, who are the big makers of mobile phone operating systems, they've both taken steps to inform us about our usage of these devices. They'll tell us how long we've used them during the day, what we've spent most time looking at, how long the screen's been on, things like that. And during the night, you can also set the devices to automatically reduce the amount of blue light they emit, because there was some discussion about the blue light was actually causing our brains to remain awake during night hours.
Which is why the suggestion is that we switch them off an hour before we want to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's right. So you have these night modes where it does change the tone of the screen and stops emitting so much blue light. So there, like I said, there have been steps made by the manufacturers themselves to one, inform us about our usage, and two, reduce things like that light. So that doesn't stop us picking the phone up though and using it. But again, there are apps available for children or for young people's phones where you can start reducing the usage. Effectively give them a timer of how much time they can use, and then basically cut it. So there's lots of options out there, but it's really parental decisions, really making an informed decision, isn't it, about the use.
Matt, good to talk to you. Thank you.